Hi everyone, it's me, Natty, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Kizdoll Elf Saiy. So I've stripped down Demetrius and he is good to go aside from his watch because I don't want to have to take that off. So here he is, all nude and stuff. And like my last review, I'm going to start from top to bottom. Pardon me if he's like all floppy. He desperately needs a restringing. So, with the head, if I can get his head cap off, the head cap is usually quite tight. There we go. With the older Kizdolls, you get that awesome little token in the back of their head. It might fall out, so just put that in with glue or something. It's really, really thick. Like, the head that they make is so thick. Like, it's good, like, half a centimeter there. Or more than half a centimeter. But, you get two little magnets on the inside and two little blocks to help keep it in place. There's the typical S-hook in the head. I've kept his eyes in with sticky tack. Stop staring at me like that. So there's the two magnets and little slots for the head cap to go in. If you have problems getting the head cap on and off, don't worry, I have that problem too. Like, I can never get it off. His ears, I don't think you can see very well, but his ears are not as long as a lot of elf dolls that you can find. It's typically just the small, almost Vulcan style ear. It's a little bit bigger than Vulcan's though. He has the default company face up. If I could get him there. It's not nearly as loud as Rai is. So he has that sort of gentle look in his eyes. He has an open mouth. It's hard to tell, but he does have an open mouth. And the lips are really quite pouty and big. So it's a very feminine styled facial sculpt. Really small nose, really nice cheekbones, little pudgy down here. So there's that. He has just regular smooth shoulder joints. So his arms won't normally stay up. So you might have to work on that, like restring or suede. He needs restringing desperately. He has an attached joint in here, so there's no ball joint, so you get restricted movement. Lovely Kizdolls attaches their dolls with S-hooks, so you don't really have to worry about that. The hands are monstrous. Like, these are ginormous hands for these SD dolls. They look like they belong on 70 centimeters. But these are giant, gorgeous hands. We've sort of labeled them piano hands because they look like they're about to play piano. There's this other hand with his watch. So, like, they're really big, but, you know, they're really pretty, so it all works out. They have a really, really big chest joint. Like, huge chest joint. Very thick, very strong. They also have a hip joint right in here. And, what you will notice, which scared me when I first got him, is the massive seams. He has the biggest seams I've ever seen on a doll. Oh my goodness. I don't think you could see it on the inside of his thigh, but holy, they are humongous seams. With the thigh joint, it's just a regular joint, so you have restricted movement forward and back. Same with the leg joint, restricted movement, just forward and back. You can't really flip it around very well. What I thought was really interesting is they have a floating joint here in the ankle. So if I could bring that. So they have this floating joint right in here with a double S-hook. So there's an S-hook here and then there's an S-hook attaching the floating joint. And I have no idea what the purpose of that is, but it sort of helps with movement, I guess. I'm not sure. The toes and the foot is really quite unrealistic because it's really quite flat and it's like they just sculpted out the toes really quickly. I'm always worried about my awesome little Saiy here because he has the most thin wrists ever. So if I were to drop him again, this would probably chip. Same with the ankles, it'd probably chip. The waist right here would probably chip. So with the Kizdoll sculpts, some parts of it tend to be really thick, but other parts of it tend to be incredibly thin. So you have to be really careful with these guys. He really does need a restringing. Right out of the box, he was okay, but after a while, he really needed a new string. So, if you want a doll that could pose right out of the box, Kizdolls are quite good for that. The company went down the drain not too long ago because, like, some people were complaining that they weren't getting their dolls and that they were being swindled out of their money. So, if you're thinking about getting a Kizdoll, please be careful. I got mine when the company was still, like, relatively unknown, and, I ordered him in January. He came in March, so a reasonable wait time, but nowadays wait time from Kizdoll can go up to about 6 or 7 months, which is kind of scary because it says on their website 45 days. So you have to be really careful. Seeing as I got him with the company face up, he was $235. I'm not so sure about the price now. I think it's $235 blank now. When I got him, it would have been $185 blank. So, the price has gone up. So about $235. So still a reasonable price for an SD size doll. He's 63 centimeters in height. And he's quite light compared to other dolls, but he's heavier than Fantasy Doll, Bobobi, Resin Soul. So he's sort of like one of those mid-weight sort of dolls. I adore this guy because not very many people have him because everybody's worried about this company. So, if you have a chance to get your hands on one not from the company, I suggest you get it because it is a lovely doll. He just needs some sueding and some new string and he'd be perfect. Just be careful with the wrists and the ankles because they are easy chip. They do have incredibly big seams for some reason because, well, stop staring at me like that. You look at me like I'm saying something wrong here. So they do have really big seams, so if you don't like those, just take some sandpaper to it, I guess. I've kept his seams because I'm a scaredy cat and I am too scared to get rid of the seams. So, yes, that is the Kizdoll Elf Saiy. This is Demetrius, and we are on kinomotonade.deviantart.com. The link will be in the description. So come and look at some pictures of him there. If not, you can find me on Facebook, and there's hundreds of pictures of him there. He went to Montreal recently, so if you want to see some really sort of neat dolly pictures, those are some ones to look at. And we will see you later. Thanks for watching, and I hope this review was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment.